Let me just begin by saying that we're just absolutely delighted when the Academy contacted us at the law school and asked us to participate in this celebration of Jesse and his accomplishments. It's really hard to explain the centrality of Jesse to the law school and its life. Jesse Chopra has been synonymous with our school for half a century and every one of its dimensions, and has really, as perhaps the newest member of the law school community on this panel, has just welcomed me with such great warmth and has really offered himself up to the institution, to me, as he has for every dean before me for many, many years. He's a wonderful person. And this is in many ways the year of Jesse, because Jesse has decided he wants to retire this year, which I can't quite believe. I don't know what that means. And so there's going to be many occasions to kind of celebrate him and his legendary contributions to this law school, to this campus, and to the country. But we thought that we would want to celebrate Jesse today in this particular way because Jesse's book, the Judicial Review and the National Political Process, which was a landmark agenda-setting book that I read when I was a student, and I'm sure Andrea did as well, and really kind of married, kind of serious scholarship with intense policy engagement, right? That, in a sense, defines our brand as a law school. And so when we were thinking about topics that we would want to have for this panel, we also wanted to find a topic that would marry contemporary policy relevance with scholarship of the highest order. And so fortunately at Berkeley, we do have some of the leading scholars of criminal justice policy, of criminology in the world. We have been a center of excellence for the study of crime for over half a century. And of course, as we know from the fall, questions of criminal justice policy, and in particular the use of lethal force by police, have vaulted themselves to the top of the national agenda. And so we thought the best way to honor Jesse would be to bring two leading researchers who think very carefully about these issues long before the events of last year, but whose relevance has been deepened by those events. And so with that type of introduction, let me just turn very briefly to kind of welcome my two colleagues on this panel, Professor Andrea Roth, who's an assistant professor at the law school and a rising star in the world of criminal justice policy, criminal procedure in particular, and to her right, Frank Zimring, who is one of the nation's leading criminologists, who's brought great luster to Berkeley over many decades of association with us. And so they'll be addressing the topic of this panel, and because I'm their dean, I've told them they have to stick to 7 minutes each, and they've agreed. And we have so that we can have ample time for question and answer afterward in this setting. So with that introduction, I'll turn it over to them.